Well, joining us on Breakfast News this morning, Dr. Abdul Samad Ansari. He's Director Critical Care Services of Nanavati Super Speciality Hospital. We're also being joined by Dr. Ravinder Mehta, Chief of Critical Care and a pulmonologist, with Apollo Hospital also. Dr. Ansari, let me begin by asking you, yes, of course, we're getting updates from the Nanavati PRO on the condition of the Bachchans, but a quick word from you in terms of the kind of treatment that they're now likely to be getting.
Good morning, all of you. First of all, it's a huge responsibility on our shoulders to take care of the biggest icon and his son. They both are doing well. I can only say that their condition is very stable. They had mild symptoms and their overall vitals are absolutely under control. As far as the treatment is concerned, I would like to say that basically treatment for COVID would be under three headings. One would be simply supportive care, like taking care of the fever or any other symptom that kind of evolves during the course of the clinical trajectory.
Right.
Number two is antiviral. So antiviral, now there are a huge list of antivirals with partial or good efficacy against the virus, amongst which the most talked about is remdesivir, which is an IV drug. And the other one is favipiravir, which is the recent addition. Apart from the standard drugs like hydroxychloroquine in combination or alone with azithromycin and other drugs. So they would be receiving an antiviral. And the third class would be an immunomodulatory agent. So very important to underline that 50% of the problem in COVID illness is actually virus-host interaction related. How does a particular host respond to the quantum of virus in the body? That dictates. And many times they can cause very unpredictable host responses with extreme fever, distant organ involvement, severe ARDS. And for that, we have a group of immunomodulatory agents. And the foremost amongst them is tocilizumab, followed by itolizumab, and a few more immune modulating agents which are coming up. So of all these three groups, at different timelines, depending upon its clinical condition and biochemical parameters, we will decide, apart from supportive therapy, which antiviral and which immune.
All right. Thanks for that, Dr. Ansari. Let me also take that across to our other doctor on the show, Dr. Ravinder Mehta in Apollo Hospital. Dr. Mehta, one of the concerns clearly is, of course, the age of the superstar, the fact that he's 77, he may be in very good health. But, when it comes to sort of age and the care of a COVID patient, would the approach be different? What do we know?
Well, yeah, so age is the reason you actually get worried, because all the data which came from other parts of the world showed us that age above a certain limit, so 60s to 70s takes it to 3%, more than 70% takes it even higher, is the statistical mortality of corona. And then if you add all the risk factors which an individual possesses, usually we've talked about this in various forums: diabetes, high blood pressure, heart issues, and immunosuppression. So if the icon is on some of these, has any of these conditions, then that makes the risk a little higher. The second is the wild card of the virus. We actually don't know what the Indian virus is doing in different parts of the country and the interaction with the immune system of the particular individual. So these 2-3 wild cards are going to be there, which put a level of absolutely indicated concern, which will require adequate observation and, as Dr. Ansari said, the right level of treatment at the right time. There is concern. We cannot take it away. It has to be the next 10 to 14 days, which will define the treatment modalities and what course the disease takes in his body.
So, Dr. Ansari, what kind of a time span are we looking at, even in a mild asymptomatic case, as it seems to be right now? Are we looking at an extended hospital stay for Amitabh Bachchan, or for that matter, his son Abhishek?
It's all speculation, but on an average, for any individual who gets symptomatic, so from the day you become symptomatic, whether it is mild, moderate, the timeline starts like day 0 of infection. Usually by 3rd or 5th day, you start getting some symptoms like fever, body ache, malaise, or other, upper respiratory tract complaints, which gradually progress over the span of 7 to 10 days to florid lower respiratory tract complaints, including the dreaded complication of ARDS. Usually by the 10th or the 12th day, the peak disease impact on the body is witnessed. So taking into account that today would be 5th day for Amitabh for his symptoms which have been manifested, I would say we have to watch for at least another 7 days very closely and see how the disease evolves. Let me be very honest and candid about that. Virus alone has less to do than the host, what it does to the virus. So it's a host-virus interaction which will amplify or subdue the clinical response. So in the next 3 days, I think we will be able to see the evolution trajectory.
But are you saying then, Dr. Sari, that it's difficult at this point to actually sort of talk about a timeline or how long they're likely to stay in hospital?
I would say it is unfair on the kind of prognostication that we doctors are capable of.
Right.
So right now, it is very likely that he may remain to have a very mild version and
yes,
just
indeed.
keep sort of flying through. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Dr. Mahesh Lakhe is also with us from the Columbia Asia Hospital in Pune. Dr. Lakhe, a broader question to you. The fact that we're now seeing coronavirus cases literally everywhere when it comes to Mumbai. We're seeing a rising graph in Pune as well. We're now looking at a lockdown in Pune to try and break the chain of transmission there. Would you say that that is the best possible approach at this point? We have instances of people who haven't really been out of their homes at all and they're still testing positive. Are we looking at community transmission? What are the worries going ahead?
Yeah, thank you for calling me on the show. As you rightly said, in Pune, we have been seeing the sudden surge in these cases. And, last, I think, 5 to 7 days, we have been seeing the highest number of cases we ever had in Pune. The problem is, like most of the cases, they are paucisymptomatic, meaning, they have milder symptoms. But since the worry about this disease and its complications has been known to people so much that now everybody wants to get hospitalized. We I think are getting short of these kind of beds now. So I guess people having a lockdown at this point of time definitely will try and reduce the chain of transmission for some time at least, and so that the kind of infrastructure or beds we have in Pune. Of course, a lot of private hospitals, smaller hospitals have been roped in. But if you look at the peak, this is really actually flattening the peak here,
right.
So that those number of cases can be accommodated in the presently available healthcare facility beds. So that is why I think lockdown should help us to at least tackle those numbers, and the hospital beds with oxygen facility and ventilators will be available to more and more deserving patients.
Fair enough. Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Ansari, Dr. Mehta and Dr. Lakhe for joining us on the show this morning with your views on this.
Thank you.